Yo, what is going on, guys? It is me, Rec Productions. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I want to make a new... Oh my god. Hey, what is going on, guys? It is me, Rec Productions. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I wanted to make a new series which is called Review That Camo. And basically what I do in the series is I review different camos for the new Call of Duties. And keep that in mind, they are only new Call of Duties. They are not like Black Ops 2. I'm not going to review like Weaponized 115 from Black Ops 2. I'm not going to review Dragon Camo from Black Ops 2. I'm only reviewing like Black Ops 3 camos, even Infinite Warfare camos in the future. And just basically every single camo that will be coming in the future as of now. So basically, guys, as you can tell from the title, we're going to be reviewing the CWL Champions camo that is in Black Ops 3. And honestly, at this point, I don't know if this camo is going to be removed, so I suggest getting this now. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and say if it's good or not right now, obviously, because it's like early on in the video, but we're gonna go ahead and look at some factors and we're gonna rate this camo out of 10, and that's how every single review is gonna work. Basically, I'm gonna give it a score out of 10, so I could get a 6 out of 10, a 4 out of 10, and basically every single factor about the camo will contribute into the actual overall score of the camo. Like, for example, if you don't know what I mean, basically if it's animated, that will contribute to the actual score. If it looks good, that will contribute, and also if it's rare or if it's expensive, that will also contribute. So just keep that in mind. The score is affected, or solely by how it looks and how much the camo costs. So anyways, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and begin this review. Alright, so guys, in order to actually get this camo, you need to go to the store of Black Ops 3, go all the way down and go where it says esports pack, and basically over here you can purchase the CWL Champions pack for 200 COD points, and basically 200 COD points is 1 $100, not $100, excuse me, it's $1.99 in US dollars. I'm not gonna go ahead and convert the currency, but you guys can do that. So it's $1.99 just to purchase this camo, which is actually not too expensive. I think it's like the standard camo price, but other than that, it is a pretty good deal for a camo. Now that we got the price out of the way, let's actually go to create a class and look at the different camos. So as you can see, we got the Razorback and the MR6. We're gonna be looking at different guns and see how they look in create a class, and then we're actually gonna go ahead and go into an actual game and see how they look. So basically, we're gonna preview them and then we're gonna actually see how they look. And in between, I'm gonna go ahead and actually kind of explain to you guys what I think about the camo. So basically, you have to go to the extras menu and you will see the Call of Duty World League of Champions camo. And this is how it looks in the Razorback. It looks pretty cool. As you can see, you have the Call of Duty World League logo on some parts of the gun, and you also have like these weird yellow stripes some in some parts of the gun as well. And we have these weird kind of like black engraved triangles and these kind of like weird yellow dots all over the gun. It does look pretty cool on some guns, and just keep that in mind. I said some guns. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the MR6, and it looks pretty decent. I mean, you can see some of the logo. It's really tiny. There's like 4 logos on the gun. Well, I mean 3.5, because you can see that logo is like cut in half, but it looks pretty decent. You can see the black triangles and you can see like the yellow stripes and all that stuff. It looks pretty cool. So let's go ahead and go to custom 2. We're gonna go ahead and look at the Pharaoh. As you can see, CWL Champions. It looks pretty decent on the Pharaoh, which is pretty exciting because well, not exciting, but pretty shocking, because some camos don't really look good on the Pharaoh, and in this case it actually looks pretty decent on the Pharaoh. You can see the black triangles, you can see the logo pretty clearly, so that's how it looks on the Pharaoh. And if we look at the Rifty 9, it's quite debatable, to say the least. You can barely see the logo on this gun, and it's just plain. It's lacking detail. I mean, if you like black, if you like the color black, I'm pretty sure you like this camo on the Rifty 9, but it is a pretty interesting choice if you want to put it in the Rifty 9. But let's go ahead and look at the Kuda. Go to extras and go to the camo, and just the Kuda is an absolute mess when you look at it in creative class. As you can see, you can barely even see the logo itself. All you see is just like shattered pieces of the logo, just cut in half. Literally, the logo is cut in half. It looks pretty strange, really questionable if you like it. I honestly don't like it on the Kuda, but we're gonna go ahead and actually look at it in game. But if we look at the XM53, same thing. It looks pretty cool on some parts, but some parts just does not look too good. But if we look at the Dingo, that's actually a different story. We could actually see that the logo is just everywhere, 1, and 2, it's just very bright and shiny. You'll see some gameplay in a little bit, but let's go ahead and put it on the butterfly knife. We gotta add those DLC weapons in there. It looks pretty decent on the butterfly knife. Again, those logos look pretty weird on the blade, but on the actual handle it looks pretty decent. But we'll go ahead and look at the Cam 44, probably the god of all camos on guns. Like, if you put any camo on this gun, it looks absolutely amazing. Haptic looks amazing, intensity, contrast, and Nuketown. But if we look at the CWL Champions, it also looks amazing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 logos on this gun, plus we also have the banana stripes. I like to call them banana stripes, they're just yellow stripes, and we have all these triangles engraved into the gun and the red kind of sparks. So let's go ahead and actually, last but not least, or actually kind of least, is the mallets. We're gonna go ahead and put it on right now. Look how that looks. Look at how it looks. 1, it just looks horrible. You can barely see the logos, and 2, it's very odd. But we're gonna go ahead and actually look at these camos in game right now. So the first gun we're gonna be looking at is the Razorback. We have some Fraction gameplay, even though I have no bots and I'm not in a public match. But as you can see, this is the Razorback, and it actually looks pretty cool. I think this is the best looking, what's it called? The best looking camo. Or I mean, it's hard to explain. This is the kind of the gun that you would want if you want this camo. Like for example, if you really want to kind of show off this camo, I really suggest using the Razorback. There you go. I put it in words, but as you can see, you have the big Call of Duty World League logo in the very kind of back of the weapon, and in the front of the weapon you have like a little tiny logo too. It looks pretty cool. Now if you go ahead and look at the dark, and yes, I will play a game of zombies just to show you how the camo looks, but if you look in the dark, it glows. It just absolutely glows. You can see like the yellow kind of banana little stripes in the gun. I can't even talk, but you can also see the triangles, like the engraved triangles, and then the red kind of lava dots. It looks pretty cool. But next off, we're gonna look at the MR6, which looks semi-decent. It's semi-decent to say the least. Like there's only like 3 logos on the gun, and they're just so tiny you can barely see them. So honestly, in my opinion, the camo does not look that good on the MR6. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next weapon, which is the Pharaoh. Now we're gonna go ahead and look at the Pharaoh in the dark just so you guys can see the immense detail. But as you can see, it looks pretty decent. We can see the Call of Duty World League logo, obviously, because it is a CWL championship camo. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. You can see in the kind of like the middle of the gun, and then you can see like the little like lines, and you can barely see the stripes, but you can also see like the dots, and it does look pretty cool. So let's go ahead and reload. So you can see, very interesting. Now let's go ahead and move on to our secondary, which is the Rift E9. We gotta get the DLC weapons in there, and to be honest, when you aim down sights, it actually kind of looks pretty cool in the dark. I'll play in a game of zombies right now, so you can see the camo in like complete darkness. But other than that, if we reload the gun, we can barely see the logo, and there's just not that much detail on the gun. Like if you like the color black, you would like this on the Rift E9, because obviously the Rift E9 is like not black. I think it's like silver, I don't know. But yeah, as you can see, it's just kind of like plain black, and you can see like these little orange circles. I know it's the logo, but it's just so hard to see the letters, so it just looks like plain circles of orange glowing stuff. I don't know, it's very weird. But honestly, I don't like how it looks on the Rift E9, and that's just my opinion. So the next weapon we're going to be looking at is the Kuda. And when we looked at creative class, it looked messy. But to be honest, when you're in the game, it looks pretty semi-decent. Like you can't actually see kind of the gun in an actual top view, if you get what I mean. Like you can't actually see the side view, actually, to be more specific. But when you reload, you can actually see it a bit better. But kind of the sloppiness, you barely see it when you're actually holding the gun in your arm. You can see the Call of Duty World League logo pretty clearly, which is a plus. You can see more of the yellow stripes. Like the yellow stripes are way more visible in this gun than in any of the other ones that I just showed. But you can also see a lot of those little like glowing dots, which is pretty cool. And there's not much to say on the Kuda, so let's go ahead and move on to the XM53. And to be honest, I'm not a big fan. I've seen better camos on the XM53, and this camo is not too perfect. I mean, you can see the Call of Duty World League logo, but it's flipped. It's literally flipped, and you cannot read it. And I think the only thing that's noticeable is the triangles, the tiny little dots, and the banana stripes. But other than that, it's not the best camo in the world. So the next weapon we're gonna be looking at is the Dingo, and actually I really like how it looks on the Dingo. Now you can see the yellow stripes very clearly, as you can see in the weapon. You can see the Call of Duty World League logo pretty clearly. I know there's a bit of bumps here and there, but you can see it clearly. And what I like is at the end of the gun you can actually see like a line of the logos, and it looks just like a line of like lava. I don't know how to explain it, but it looks really cool. I'll zoom into it right now, but it just looks super duper cool. It looks like lava's just running down your gun and at the tip, but it looks very cool. We're gonna go ahead and shoot some bullets, reload. As you can see, right there where the actual kind of reload, I don't know how to explain it, but where that thingy is, you can actually see the logo pretty clearly. It looks cool. I'll reload again just to show you guys again. So you can see there it is right there. You can see it visibly when you reload, so I guess that's cool to show off, like if someone's spectating you or if you're playing search and destroy, reload and you'll see the logo pretty clearly. And other than that, this camo looks pretty cool on the Dingo. I think it's probably one of my favorite camos. Well, not my favorite camos, but it's my favorite gun to use this camo on, if you get what I mean. So let's go ahead and move on to the secondary, which is the butterfly knife. Now on the butterfly knife you have 4 logos on the handle and 2 logos on the blade. Now I don't like the logos on the blade because they're like very like stretched. It's so weird, but the logos on the actual kind of handle itself do look pretty cool. You can barely read them, but they still look pretty cool. You can do flips and it does look actually pretty cool. The dots are super noticeable, the yellow stripes are noticeable, and to be honest, this camo actually kind of looks cool on the butterfly knife. Now last but not least is the KN-44, and like I said, the KN-44 is probably the god of all the camos on weapons. Like for example, every single camo on this weapon, the KN-44, looks absolutely amazing. So this camo has got to look good on the KN-44, right? And it looks pretty decent. We could see actually like 4 logos on the gun, which is pretty cool. So if we go ahead and reload, you can show them off. Barely show them off, but you can still see them anyway. You see the yellow stripes, they are way more noticeable in this gun as well. Also the black triangles are also like super duper noticeable. I said also like 3 times, but you can also see like the red dots, they are pretty noticeable as well. And other than that, that's probably like the only thing that is in this camo, and it looks pretty cool on the KN-44. This is just a nice little cheap camo just to show off and just to show people that you got it. When you aim down sights, when you ADS, it actually looks pretty cool, like that little line. It kind of reminds me of the Afterlife camo from Black Ops 2, except it's red. I don't know, it's very weird. It's like a mix of War-Torn when you zoom in. Obviously, like, it does not look like War-Torn, but when you ADS, it kind of looks like War-Torn, which is pretty cool. But yeah, there's nothing too special about this camo. Let's go ahead and move on to the secondary, which is the Malice. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it looks horrible, just to say the least. Look at it. Just look at how the camo looks on the Malice. Like, I know not everyone is gonna use the Malice and not everyone has the Malice, but if you do have the Malice and you're getting this camo, don't use it on the Malice. Seriously, it just looks bad. I think the only thing that kind of saves this camo on the Malice is the yellow stripes. It actually looks kind of cool. It looks like it glows, and also the red dots. But the thing that really kills this camo for me, I mean, on the Malice at least, I mean, I don't mind that there's a Call of Duty World League logo on the weapons, but if it looks like this, then I kind of do mind. But other than that, that's it for the Malice, or that's it for the Call of Duty World League Championships camo. And I think for these last couple minutes, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you guys my opinion on the camo. So overall, I'm gonna give this camo a 6.5 out of 10. Just keep this in mind, guys. It's literally $199. It's literally only 200 COD points. It's not some crazy dark matter haptic camo, so you're not gonna be like kind of in for something super duper crazy. Like, it's not better than the Underworld camo, which I will make a review on soon once I get it. It's not better than Dark Matter, and it's like not better than some of the other camos that you get from the black market. Like for example, you can get Intensity, which looks way better. You can get Haptic. You can get just any camo that just looks way better than this. But at the end of the video, or at the end of the day, this camo is not that bad. It's a cheap camo, you can pick it up, and I suggest picking it up while it lasts, because I have a feeling this camo will be removed soon, because this is like a, what's it called? This is a Call of Duty World League Championship camo, which is exclusive to the actual World League Championships. So I'm pretty sure once it ends, they will remove the camo. So I suggest picking this up. It's just like a camo that's kind of cool to yeah, no, can you hold on, wait. Can you close the door, please? Thank you. This is a cool little camo just to show off, and this isn't really a camo that is really cool. I wouldn't suggest using it in every single game or in every single public match. Okay, end the video. I just wanted to go, oh, sorry, my voice just got raspy, but before I end the video, I just want to show you guys how the camo looks in Zombies, and I'm gonna buy the Shiva. I rarely even buy the Shiva, but here it is, guys. Call of Duty World League camo on Zombies, or in Zombies, and to be honest, it looks way better than how it does in multiplayer. Most of the camos look way better in Zombies than in multiplayer, but that's because it's just dark, so you can mainly see like the glowing parts, like all the dots are more kind of visible, and the actual glowing kind of bracket around the logo is more visible, and it kind of reminds me of the actual official Black Ops 3 camo that was released for I think it was Advanced Warfare, but it looks very similar to that camo. It just looks super duper cool. It's very shiny. Obviously there's like a color scheme of orange and black, and obviously that's the actual color scheme of Black Ops 3, so very cool. Before I end the video, I just want to buy the RK5 just to show you guys how the camo looks on some of the guns. So let's go ahead and buy the RK5, and as you can see, same thing, it's glowing. Like obviously if you look at the light, it's not gonna look that good, but it kind of actually looks like cyborg camo. It's like a bootleg cyborg camo, which is pretty cool. So if you have not gotten like the hardened edition or the digital deluxe edition for Black Ops 3, just buy this camo, and if you're playing Zombies, it kind of looks like the cyborg camo on some of the guns. So yeah, anyways guys, that actually ends up my review. Like I said, I give this camo a 6.5 out of 10. If you guys want to see some more camos that you want to review, or that you want me to review, go on and comment below and I will review them. And yeah guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Woo! My God.